What's up, ladies and gentlemen? We're going to have round 4 against Justin Carris, and Justin Carris is a pretty cool dude. He is a commentator for Liberty Garden, or Liberty Bell, or no, not Liberty Bell. Liberty Bell would be Philadelphia. He lives in New Jersey. Liberty Garden VGC. They're probably this is my opinion. They're probably best commentating and best organizational events in the United States, in the Northeast, New York and New Jersey area. Each one of the tournaments that I go to that Jen organizes, which is and Justin's a commentator for the same organization. Everything is just so in order, and it's just really awesome. The mid-season showdown in New Jersey that they organized was a best of 3. It was like a freaking regional. It was awesome, and Justin's a commentator for Liberty Garden, and he is also a very good VGC battler. I mean, you gotta be if you're a commentator. You gotta know what you're talking about, and you know what you're talking about. You gotta know what you're doing, and he's also probably a Worlds competitor this year as well. I believe he's in like 300 or so CP. He needed to, I believe, get like top 2 to get a world invite in this tournament, so that's what he's going to be fighting for. At this point in the tournament, I was doing pretty good. I kind of felt like I could have been doing a lot better, so I wanted to win this game so I can possibly make top cut myself. This is at the point in the tournament where I was like, man, I gotta really start, paying attention, doing well, and leading well, and doing some good plays, because I know I can do pretty well in this tournament with a team that I put together, and it's my least serious team at this format too. Kind of just threw it together. So we're going to get right into this battle right here. Justin's going to have another double primal team. There's a lot of double primal teams in this tournament. He's going to have a full team of Salamence, Amoonguss, Groudon, Kyogre, Cresselia, and Thundurus. And I kind of switch up what I normally do in this battle. I'm not going to lead Gengar. I'm actually going to bring Gengar in the back. And I'm going to bring my Kyogre because I kind of felt like if he has the Groudon in his team, the Groudon's going to be speedy, so I'd be able to get the Rain Up Blast. And he's going to have the Thundurus, and he's going to have the Salamence on his team. And I could easily just take both of them out, one with a Scald being the Thundurus, and the Salamence with an Ice Beam, and I could just take out the Groudon as well if he led the Groudon with a Scald. My Kyogre is pretty damn bulky. I'd be able to take either a Thunderbolt or a Double Edge, and I felt pretty comfortable leading with this. So turn 1, what I do is I anticipate the Salamence to protect right here, because he doesn't want to take he doesn't want to get like Dark Void or anything like that. There's so many things that Smeargle can do. I could easily fake out or just Ice Beam the Salamence if he taunts my my Smeargle. So I'm going to go for the fake out into the Thundurus, because I anticipate the Thundurus not to protect, so we can go for a taunt. And I'm going to Scold the Thundurus. So the Thundurus actually is just going to go down easily right there. I wouldn't have been able to do that with my Gengar. That's why leading with the Kyogre right there is pretty important, because I wouldn't have been able to pick up that KO with the Gengar and the Smeargle lead. And he's going to bring in his Groudon, get the Sun up. And here, let me go ahead and pause this after the Primal Reversion happens, and I'll tell you basically what was going through my head at this point. So, turn 1, I had a really good turn 1. He probably wasn't expecting the fake out into the Thundurus as well as the Scald. And that could have been pretty risky, because what he could have done was he could have switched out his Salamence into the Groudon, but I don't think he wanted to take any unnecessary damage with the Groudon, from an Ice Beam, if I was anticipating that. I wasn't anticipating a Groudon switch in, so I kind of felt comfortable going for the Scald into the Thundurus to get it out of the way, because the fake out Scald play really wasn't the play that, many players were expecting from my side. And the Salamence Protect is kind of obvious, because, typically you lead Salamence and Thundurus, you want to go for the Protect of the Salamence, get that speed boost. He could have outsped both my Pokemon, so I really didn't need to protect the Salamence, but what he was probably doing was protecting the Salamence so that he can taunt my Smeargle, not worry about Dark Void and any type of shenanigans that the Smeargle might want to pull off, and then the following turn he could have just easily gone for the Double Edge and then Thunderbolts into my Kyogre. But I kind of wanted to go on full offensive turn 1, that's why I led this lead, and I kind of felt comfortable leading with this, because I knew I would be able to get my Rain Up last if he would have led with his Groudon, considering the fact that it was most likely a speedier Groudon. And kind of probably the reason why you didn't want to switch it in, because Ice Beam does quite amount to the non-bulky Groudons. So the Groudon's going to protect right here, I guess, against a Dark Void. I see no point in switching out my Kyogre, So I was like, I'm just gonna go for an Ice Beam. The Salamence protected the previous turn. I guess he was anticipating a switch out on my Kyogre so I could preserve the rain, but I was like, if I can pick up a KO on the Salamence right here, which I should have been able to, I mean, I'm just gonna win the battle. He's gonna go for a Tailwind. I kind of was expecting maybe like a Precipice Blades Double Edge, and then my Kyogre actually does go down at that point. So that's why I went for the Wide Guard right there. If he would have went for... I knew he wouldn't have went for a Hyper Voice. Obviously, Hyper Voice Precipice Blades has a chance to not KO the Kyogre, so the obvious play would have been the Double Edge and the Precipice Blades. Normally, your Groudons are physical, so I kind of felt comfortable going for the Wide Guard right there. Because even if he went for the Double Edge and the Earth Power, that wouldn't have been able to KO my Kyogre either. So going for the Wide Guard right there was the right play if he went for the Precipice Blades, because the Double Edge wouldn't have been able to take me out, and I would have been able to pick up the KO onto the Salamence, and I honestly could have just easily let my Kyogre go down right there, so I would have been able to get a free switch into something that I had in the back. And it's looking pretty good. Now, I did reveal that I do have Wide Guard Fake Outs on my Smeargle, so he doesn't know the other moves that I have right there. He needs to go for a Double Protect because he doesn't know the speed that I have on my Kyogre. And that was another reason why going for the Wide Guard, the previous turn was pretty important, because I didn't reveal the speed that I have on my Smeargle. Because I would have went for, like, say, like a Dark Void, and my Smeargle outsped my Kyogre. He knows that I'm not max speed. I'm most likely either min speed or just a pretty slow, bulky set. So I didn't reveal that information to him. But you know, contradicting myself, because the Tailwind is up right here, so one turn Tailwind's going to expire after this turn. They're just going to have 2 more turns of Tailwind, but then yet again, he couldn't have really taken me out even if he had Thunder with his Kyogre, so going for Protect with his Groudon right there was kind of important on his part, and that's exactly what he's going to do. So I'm going to protect my Rayquaza there, and I kind of forgot after that I did that I didn't have a full chance of getting the Spiky Shield off, because I went for the Wide Guard on the previous turn, and if you go for the Wide Guard Spiky Shield, it's almost as if you're double protecting. So I'm going to switch out my Smeargle so I can preserve the Focus Sash. I'm going to get my Fungi in here, and I deliberately did this, actually. I knew my Amogus could take the Water Spout or the Origin Pulse from the Kyogre. I'd be able to get in my non-Mega Evolved Gengar, because the only thing that he can go for is a Precipice Blades, and I would have been able to avoid it with my Gengar, and then I pretty much would be able to go for a Sludge Bomb the next turn into the Kyogre, because right now he had to have gone for the attack, and I'd be able to get a Scald KO onto his Groudon. Now, at this point in the battle, I'm like, okay, I pretty much have this battle locked up, and I'm going to go ahead and Mega Evolve my Gengar. Now, what I could have done to make this battle a lot shorter was go for a Perish Song. Excuse me. It's a 4-1 right now, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go for the Protect with my Gengar, because he's going to go for, a Water Spout. I don't want to get my Gengar KO'd right here, because it's my only means of offense. And I'm going to go ahead and have my Kyogre go down right there so I can get a free switch into my Brocasso. What I can do is I can go for the Fake Out Sludge Bomb, Fake Out Perish Song. But at this point in the tournament, there's a lot of people talking about my team. And Justin actually knew about 4 Pokemon that I had on my team. He wrote them down before he even seen them, because he spoke to Tenzo before battling me. And that's what people do at tournaments. You got to expect that. People are going to scout the people that they are playing, so they have the upper advantage. So, I mean, it's not really cheating. So what I did it, and I did not reveal Perish Song against Danzo, so he didn't know that, and I didn't want anyone else to know that information, so I can use that to my advantage in a battle that I could have actually used it in. I didn't have to use it right here, because I could have just put them to sleep right there. I could have just went for, Wide Guards, and then gone for the Sludge Bomb and get the KO onto the Kyogre. But if he had Scald, which I don't believe he revealed, I was kind of screwed, because he could have just went for a Scald, but then I have the Amogus in the back, so it was all gravy at this point. I just wanted to not reveal Perish Song, but like I said, if I actually would have revealed Perish Song and used it on the turn, maybe like 2 or 3 turns ago, the game would have been over at this point. I'm just pretty much not wanting to reveal Carris song is the only reason why I'm doing what I'm doing right now. And it's kind of repetitive and boring, I guess. But these are the kind of things that you need to do in tournaments. People scout you. People are going to want to know what kind of sets that you are running. And if you don't reveal moves that you don't need to in order to win the games, you're going to have the upper advantage against an opponent that had actually scouted you, because they're not going to really know your full intention going into the battle. And my full intention going into the tournament was Paris trapping people, and I have yet to use it, but you're gonna see it. Anyway, guys, that's it for this video. We're gonna get into round 5 next.